Oklahoma City Police Department is kind of unique in that, we're situated in the middle of the United States, so every major interstate runs through Oklahoma City, which creates issues for us, with crime and drug trafficking and things like that. But Oklahoma City is unique as a city because it covers 621 square miles. It's one of the largest cities in the country, land-wise. Used to, that was a lot of, areas that weren't populated. But in the last 10 to 15 years, Oklahoma City has just exploded in growth. And so there's a lot of challenges for us as a police department in policing a city with this land size, with the amount of police officers that we have.
I believe our department's cutting edge in a lot of ways. In the last several years especially, new ideas are very, very encouraged. We're trying new things. I think those new ideas and those new strategies are recepted by our command staff and implemented when possible.
If I had to describe the Oklahoma City Police Department in one word, I would say family. We are one big family. We care for one another, generally, the men and women of this police department, and we walk alongside each other in good times and bad times, and we pick each other up.
One of the biggest things that we realized is the training that we do. You can't sit in a classroom. That human interaction in a training scenario where you have officers or even sometimes, just residents of the community that want to help out, that are role-playing and understand how to respond to what the officer's doing. That was the idea behind reality-based training, is how do we immerse our officers in the most realistic training possible. And also too, it came about from an idea that the more we're able to do this, the more we can institute less lethal and other technology upgrades that we have, then ultimately we're going to reduce officer-involved shootings that are traumatic not only to the community, but to the officers themselves.
It was an opportunity for officers to come and be placed in a sterile environment, be exposed where they're going to have to use all of their training, not just one part of it. That's where reality-based training was different, because you have to make decisions and you have to utilize all the training to successfully complete the training regimen and scenarios. Majority of our scenarios are actually based off of incidents that have occurred on our police department, so we review a lot of body-worn camera footage, as well as we're advised by officers in the field, command staff members of a high-profile incident that occurred. We identify the incident, we review them, we identify the training principles that we need to really reinforce those scenarios, and then we figure out a way to put that into practice.
So in 2010, I was involved in an officer-involved shooting. I'd been shot 6 times. I believe one of the first shots that I received, I was looking head-on with him at first, but it went across the right side of my cheek through my right ear. I also was hit center mass here and on my left side of my back. Those 2 rounds came through the car first, so my vest was able to catch them. They did not go internal to my body. They just kind of burnt off the first layer of skin. And then I received 2 shots to my left butt cheek. One or both of those hit my sciatic nerve, and then once in my right calf. Back then, we didn't have any type of protocol or procedures of how somebody should come back after a shooting incident.
And I just remember thinking that there's got to be a better way to return officers to work. And so once we developed this wellness team, and then I also saw what reality-based training could do, I thought, okay, here's how these things can meld and come together.
We've had a lot of positive feedback on our return to duty protocol. Once wellness has met with an officer and they've said, I'm ready to go back to work, they've been cleared by the district attorney, and that officer's met with wellness, and wellness is in agreement that, yeah, this person's good to go, they're ready. We get the phone call, and as soon as we get the phone call, we reach out to that officer, we speak to them, we get feedback on anything particular they would like to work on, and we incorporate that into their return to duty regimen.
And then as they come back to work, we will, if needed, we will go to reality-based training with them, stay with them through that, and then also the after actions review and debrief that they go through. So we have 1 supervisor who is a lieutenant, and then we have 3 full-time officers, 1 full-time licensed professional counselor, 1 full-time chaplain, and 3 therapy canines.
It's very exciting to me to look at what we're doing, especially when you talk about technology, when you talk about wellness, reality-based training, all of those things. We're building a new training facility. We're in the process of that. It will include a large driving facility, and so I feel like our officers will be on the cutting edge of everything as we move forward. And I think they're going to be a lot safer too because of that.